Yeah, I mean it's definitely a positive. I mean we should be fighting every game. So and I feel like we've done that the last couple, and I feel like we're right there. We just got to clean a couple things up to kind of overcome that hump that we can't get over right now. And I feel like once we get over that, then we'll be good.
Coach has talked about it a little bit, but kind of what is the attitude of the team right now? Going through this kind of tough stretch, how are you guys kind of staying together and staying focused?
I think the attitude is, I think we're just connected, which is rare. You know, a lot of times in college basketball and sports in general, you know, losing can bring out, you know, poison in a team. If you have poison, when you're losing, it's going to show, whether it be individuals or you know, remarks that people make within a locker room. And you know, I've been in a locker room like that, and here is nothing like that. You know, we're all connected. And we're all eager to, you know, come in every day and get better and overcome this hump because we know when we do, it's gonna be really special.
Is there kind of a sense that once you guys are able to get that win, that they'll kind of start rolling a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just kind of getting in a rhythm. I mean, kind of like in Hawaii, we had a couple bad losses before Hawaii, um, and then we got that first one against Iona, feeling good. Big win against Utah State, and just got to roll with that momentum. But I feel like you got to get one or two first, and kind of build off of that.
And then just for you, I know the offense has been a bit of a struggle here and there for you, but at this point of the season, kind of how do you feel like your game's kind of translated to SMU and what Coach Lanier wants from you?
Um, well, people know, some of the stuff that's gone on behind the scenes that not everybody knows, but coach is 100% with me, you know, through everything. And right now, he just wants me to get lost in you know, all the other assets of the game and not get so focused on how I'm shooting and let how I'm shooting the ball affect the other things I do well on the court. So he wants me to get locked in on. Kind of get locked in the game and bring all those other facets of my game to the table.
And then just with Zerk being out a couple games, being back, how much did that kind of change the dynamic of the team and kind of inserting him back into it? What did that do for you guys?
I mean, it definitely changed dynamic. He's a very talented player, and it was great having him back out there tonight. And he definitely helped us.
Wednesday, go on the road to Tulsa. Will be the first time you guys will play a team a second time. Just kind of what's the attitude coming off that was a big win here, now trying to replicate that up there?
Yeah, I mean, it's the first time we have a level of familiarity with the team. I think we need to, you know, what we did in the second half versus them the first time around. I think we need to watch that film and try to replicate that again. You know, no road game is easy in this conference, so we know it's going to be a tough battle, and you know, we're excited to get back to work on Monday and Tuesday and head up to Tulsa and look to get a win.
All right. Well, needless to say, it's a disappointing outcome. The message to the team after the game was, I really wanted to win this game for them. Again, when you're trying to build a program and you have some adversity, your antennas are always up. You're always super sensitive to everything that's happening inside your locker room and inside your team. And man, if you come and you watch us practice, the energy, the way we've been connected, our attitude has been so good. You just want the kids to experience winning because they deserve it. And for us to have 35 deflections tonight, we do something called kills where you get 3 stops in a row, that would be 1. And we had 7 of those tonight against a team that's really trending up. And so we put ourselves in a position to win this game primarily because of the attitude of the guys on our team. I'm just really proud of them. And in particular, F.A. Odigi is a guy who's become a leader in our locker room and a warrior. He didn't have his best night, but man, I just so proud of him. And same thing with Sam and a lot of guys, man. It was a real fight tonight. We've lost games and we've been disappointed. We talk a lot about the difference between being disappointed and discouraged. They should only be disappointed. They should not be discouraged. In fact, they should be encouraged because if they continue this, the record might not look great on paper, But it ain't about paper right now. It's about, the identity of this group and who we're going to become. And if tonight is an indication, we're going to be okay.
I'm going to say moral victories don't, like you said, show up, but there has to be a sense of that with the fight that they've put up the last 2 games against good teams, and you kind of have to feel like you're really inching towards getting over that.
Yeah. I don't think of it in terms of moral victories. You think of it in terms of progress, right? And I think if you've watched us play, there was a certain measure of progress that we had when we went away on Christmas. And then we came back and we got humbled and we had to figure out, all right, there's another landscape that we have to figure out. And I think what you saw tonight was, okay, there's a different level of fight that we have to bring to compete against the teams in this league. And the last 2 games are indicative of 2 things. Number one, that we have it in us. And number 2, that there isn't a lot of margin for error in this league and with our group. But I was really proud of the effort tonight, and I thought we could have got the benefit of a play at the end. I want to watch that again before I jump out the window on that one. But it certainly felt like there was an opportunity for a guy to be shooting a couple free throws, which we're not very good at doing that either. So it might have been a moot point, but it sure looked like a possible call there.
I'm not going to butcher his name. So with 30 and his size, and that you finished with 8 blocks, was there any discussion about changing up some of the drives or that approach, or did you guys kind of have to stick with what your guys are good at doing and kind of take on that challenge?
There was no discussion about that. They're a good defensive team, and we weren't getting clean looks. They were really very physical, and they were allowed to play physical, and so were we. So it was a game 54-52. They score more points than that. They shoot a higher percentage. They're one of the best 3-point shooting teams, maybe the best in the league, if not they're second. And, between them and Utah State, 2 of the best 3-point shooting teams we've played. So we held our own defensively, and so did they. And we had a couple of drives and some rim shots at the end that we didn't finish, but the opportunities did present themselves.
And then just Zurich being back, do you kind of know what percentage she's playing at right now, and just how nice was it to have, kind of a leader back on the floor for you guys?
Well, I was happy for him. He puts a lot of pressure on himself. I worry about him even after a game like that. I think he beats himself up a little bit. He's probably mad he didn't make the half-court shot. But I think he takes on a lot. And I think as he grows as a player, he'll understand more and more that it's about everybody. You don't have to, approach it that way, but that's part of what makes him good, and it'll be a part of his growth. So it was good having him.
And then just offensively, obviously, this was a very defensive game, and you talked about the physicality of it, but some of the scoring droughts, especially kind of early and then maybe even a little late, is there any concern there? Is that just kind of the ebb and flow of the game over the course of the season?
Well, I mean, the last game we had a drought to start the game, and we ended up scoring 88 points. And here's a team that scores pretty good, and they only score 54. We just needed to find a way to get to 55, and we couldn't. I do think if we're going to be good as a team and going forward as a program, that there's different ways to win games. And so sometimes it's be a slugfest, and you find a way to win those. And sometimes you have a prolific output, and you win that way. And certainly you want to be more efficient than not. But tonight was just one of those opportunities where we needed to kind of do it the ugly way, and we almost did.
Wednesday, first time you guys will play a team a second time this season. What goes into that as a coach, preparing a team for a team you've seen before, and trying to replicate some things and get the same result you got here up there in Tulsa?
Requires a level of maturity because, we won the game by a wide margin, and if you could trick yourself into thinking that, all right, this is going to be a certain type of game, and it just never happens like that. League play, and, both teams desperate for a win. And so, but the defensive effort that we've put forth today is what we have to take on the road with us we can't go out thinking we're going to make 14 threes like we did against them and score 92 points. It's really about our defense, and so that has to be the focus.